Hello everyone, welcome to the Ichimoku Charts.com daily analysis for the Euro US dollar FX for Wednesday, July 24th, 2013. Well, an indecisive candle today, but a candle that's made a higher high and a higher low, so the trend that was established 4 trading periods ago continues to the upside. So a spinning top type candle is a candle where we have a small body and a shadow on the top and a shadow on the bottom, and a fairly large shadow on the top and bottom. And this denotes indecision, and that's because the large shadow on the top represents downside price rejection. It represents the buyers losing commitment, but the shadow on the bottom represents upside price rejection and the sellers losing commitment. So we have both sides losing commitment and therefore indecision. It certainly isn't the type of candle that we'd like to see in an uptrend, and it does suggest that there is a possibility of this trend changing to the downside. Now, there are quite some limiting factors for this potential change of trend to the downside, and we'll look at those in a minute. But if we look at the colour of this body first, that suggests now that the sellers have made net bearish progress as opposed to the buyers over the previous 3 trading days. That in itself suggests that the sellers have found some downside momentum and there is a possibility of a change of trend. If we also look at the position of the close within the range for the previous 3 trading days, the buyers have closed with control with varying degrees of the strength of that control, but for the previous day's trading it was fairly strong control. Today we have closed just below the midpoint level, suggesting that control has swung slightly to the sellers and certainly swung away from the buyers, and that is suggesting a possibility of a change of trend. But if we look at the interaction of this high, the market has interacted with that zone of previous support and now resistance that I highlighted previously and quite often, and this zone has come into play in the recent past on many occasions, and with this strong price rejection from this area it does suggest a possibility of lower levels. But importantly, we also had the market rejected from the 131.96 level of previous resistance in the recent past and prior to that support. So here we are now seeing this 131.96 level acting as support. We also saw the market interacting with the top of the cloud and be rejected from there. So here now, not only do we have indecisive trading in this uptrend, but we have the market bound by strong resistance overhead, but very, very strong support down below where the market's trading. And the trouble is here that we may not see resolution of trading from out of this area for some period of time, because the zones of support and resistance are really quite thick. It may take quite a bit of trading for the market to find either enough bullishness or enough bearishness to trade out of these areas. In terms of the Fibonacci extension, here today we've seen important interaction with the 100% level. The market rejected from there on an indecisive spinning top type candle. It does suggest a possibility of a change of trend, but considering that the market is interacting with the top of the cloud, it should be very, very strong support below where the low is here in this market. And it really does say something about this market that we really do need to watch very carefully how the market reacts to these levels. So even though there is potential for a change of trend, the market will need to be very bearish to support that change of trend. And also with the Fibonacci retracement, here today the market testing through the 161.8% level. We've had a change of underlying sentiment in the market from bullish to indecisive, setting the market up for that change of trend, but limiting factors below. In terms of the pattern that we saw develop in this market, here we had the prior uptrend, the congestion with the peaks and troughs converging with a type of symmetrical triangle, the bullish close up above the upper barrier, giving us a target up around the 134.20 level, roughly coinciding with this major swing high, and suggests that there is still potential for the market to trade up to that level, but certainly the uptrend is not being supported with this indecisiveness in the market at the moment. Also, this candle is a type of potential reversal pattern. It's a bearish harami pattern, and that's where we have the body of the current candle engulfed within the body of the previous candle, and it's a borderline version of it. The barriers of these of the bodies of these 2 candles are pretty much in the same area, but the suggestion is the same. It suggests weakness in this trend, a change in net terms from the buyers back to the sellers here at the moment, and does raise quite some doubt, so looking for confirmation of that as well. So in terms of Ichimoku, obviously a bullish market in the long-term time frame with the market trading above the cloud, and we have been for some time. The cloud has been acting as very strong support in the recent past, previously acted as resistance and support, and here all throughout the cloud. So there is a possibility of the market perhaps testing into the cloud and bouncing back off there, but really a market that's very difficult to trade at the moment, bounded by this strong resistance overhead and solid support below. We also have the Kijun-sen and the Tenkan-sen trading below the price action, so price action is above both of those indicators, giving us a bullish market in all three time frames, and this does suggest there is a possibility of the market testing back up off here to higher level. In terms of the Kijun-sen, it has been pointing flat for quite some time. We have to ignore this small section here that's actually pointing down because it's reflecting this trading activity that hasn't finished yet. So whilst that is still pointing flat at the completion of trading, there is a possibility of the market testing back towards there, so let's be on the lookout for that. So basically we're looking for a potential lower high and lower low in this market, but limited by solid support down below. But the potential for continuation is not that great with this indecisiveness in the market and the strong resistance overhead.